Hi all. Boozy Badger, popular furry lawyer, falling for some trolling and deciding to make false accusations? What an interesting little concept.
Master Zelox.
Read, understand, and hope you enjoy. Bit of background regarding Boozy Badger. He was just a lawyer for quite some time. A little while ago now, he found furry, due to some drama, and he decided to instantly believe the ones who were harassing and threatening others as being the good guys. He joined the subculture of furry, deciding on the name Boozy Badger, and has gained some level of popularity since then, parroting many of the far-left talking points, which in turn got him noticed by some of the more hateful members of the furry subculture as an ally. This is all about how Boozy Badger got taken advantage of by trolls, most likely to utilize his large follower base to increase drama. And he fell for it, rather than be a reasonable lawyer and think before speaking. So, looking at Boozy's profile on Twitter, he has 12.2 thousand followers, meaning that he has quite a significant amount of reach within furry. Granted, that probably sounds very small. Most of furry is. He recently made several tweet chains, being absolutely frustrated, and rightly so, about some trolls in his Twitch stream. He made these posts on October 9. Now, it started reasonably enough, just some general statements about some folks, with no accusations. That he was targeted on his Twitch stream with obscene messages. But this is where he starts to go down the rabbit hole of what appear to be false accusations. He states outright that these trolls were doing it because they disagree with him politically. The moderation team, thankfully, did a good job on his stream and dealt with the issue swiftly, though he keeps utilizing they in his comments. He is worried that they will attack his kids and make him angry. He is apparently going to talk about these mother frackers moving forwards. I wonder who they are. These people aren't on any political spectrum, so now they don't oppose him politically. They aren't on any political spectrum. Apparently, these people are a small contingent of boils on the arse of humanity, and these folks have perfected being rancid, soupy poo in the fandom's whitey-tighties, while insisting that they are representative of merely political differences, while openly espousing the intolerable. So he apparently knows who did it, he knows why, he knows their views, their personality, and is happy to outright call them utterly horrible things. He goes into a very long tweet chain that is separated, 30 tweets long with a postscript at the end. He starts out refreshing the audience that the group apparently targeted him, even though he had been mild about the group to date. That he joined furry back when Dio was shutting down Rocky Mountain FurCon through her harassment and attacks. That the furry raiders and members of the board of the convention were handling the attacks from Dio poorly and giving her more fuel to use to burn it all down. That he watched media coverage, not just from within the furry subculture, but outside as well, with people that should never have been given a platform in a major media publication, like Dio, getting interviewed. He has watched that one group. Okay, so he is talking about the furry raiders. He referenced it before, now he's going to outright claim that it was them. Apparently, furry raiders who are apolitical try to redefine themselves as a political movement which makes no sense as it's something that's never happened. Perhaps he is referencing something else. Apparently they espouse only what they think will piss people off the most, while crying for unity for all. From this group claiming to represent the unheard contingent of furry conservatives, even though, again, furry raiders have never done so, and are not conservatives. They accept all furries, of all political views. Raiding tactics are apparently the manner of use for furry raiders. They attack and retreat, but they are a minority. Apparently the majority of the group are just fair weather friends and will flee once they are attacked. Apparently this group attacks anyone who doesn't follow lockstep with them. They present themselves as a group of free thinkers, but they attack anyone who doesn't agree with their groupthink. Apparently, that is what they say the liberals do, but they do it themselves. Okay, so they aren't liberal, whoever this group is, and they are apparently conservatives, and they are also apparently a rebranding of the furry raiders, none of which is real or based in reality at all. Boozy appears to just be falling into a rabbit hole of misinformation and what appears to be purposeful misrepresentation of the facts. Apparently it is a group of free speech and free thought as long as they follow and never disagree. Oh, and apparently there are logs for whatever this group is. Memes and slurs fly back and forth, which, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Because they perceive there is an attack against them by social justice warriors, while apparently polite society says to just stop it. Boozy is apparently the world's largest proponent of free speech, but it should have social consequences. Well, fair enough, I agree, that kind of thing is normal. And even then, free speech does have limitations, such as incitement to violence, threats, and something that might be important for Boozy to consider, slander and libel. You don't get to scream racial slurs at work and not get fired. You don't get to do it on the internet and not have some backlash. Yes, of course, these are just factual statements. He doesn't mind them keeping to themselves, but basically not to react badly if people call you out. And again, fair enough. Apparently, don't point out that there are people in every group that act like that, because that is far too much information. He states he doesn't like the extremes of politics, and if that is a true statement, we can agree. Dio, nice person. Ooh. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. If you have looked into her actions and methodology. Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you regarding Dogpatch and Vex as well. I'd say they aren't good people due to the lies, harassment, and bullying that they appear to specialize in. Dipshite with the armbands. So this whole thing seems to be him lying about the furry raiders to an extreme degree, and only the furry raiders. Not talking about conservatives, lots of things about arsesaws and people being afraid to speak up. Apparently they demand that they should be given a voice. Some kind of shoving different arguments together that make no sense. Okay, it sounds like he is talking about conservatives who've gone too far and other conservatives need to speak out against them because some are boils on the arse of humanity. Well, same for the left and same for pretty much all authoritarians. Even same for the extremist libertarians, Boozy. And people need to speak up against hate and bad people. Well, yes. That is what I do. The whole point of me making this, doing this, is about speaking truth to power, and speaking out against hate. Apparently, if you don't speak up against hate, then you end up on blacklists and blocklists, which is something of an ironic statement considering that I speak against hate in furry and have ended up on the blacklist and the blocklist because I speak against the hate. Aren't you guys happy you popped into my streams? It seems that Boozy thinks that whoever it is who popped onto his stream is watching his Twitter, which does make sense. Trolls tend to follow up. And look, Boozy posts all of his evidence. All of it. Which is that there are some trolling names. And that's it. That's everything. Alt Furry 1, Furry Raiders rule, long live Furry Raiders, lose some weight Boozy, Boozy yiffs his kids, and Foxler Nightfire. Now, this is very interesting. It seems that his evidence directly contradicts his claims. Foxler always utilizes Star Fox Ace Fox on platforms. He never has registered the name being his name, Foxler. So we can confirm that this Foxler Nightfire, which went on the stream, is a troll utilizing that name in an attempt to get Boozy frustrated and attacking Foxler. Which Boozy did. Directly. Immediately. Falling into what appears to be some pent-up hate, these trolls pushed him in just the right manner to get a significant reaction from him. Since we know that, we also can determine that this was a raid. With names like this, it would need to be coordinated and need to be timed. Now, since we know that wasn't Foxler, and the name was selected to get a response from Boozy, that also seems to indicate that the rest of the names are the same, and it was a raid. This in turn indicates that the names are selected to get a response, and it wasn't the furry raiders who did it. I searched for these terms on the 11th of October, 2 days after Boozy's rant. So the following terms is what I searched for. Boozy Badger Stream, Boozy Badger Twitch, Boozy Stream, and Boozy Twitch. I searched for all of these terms in every single major room of what could be classified as alt furry or furry raider. So, to start things off in Telegram, furry raiders, nothing for all terms. Xanadu Politics, one result for Boozy Badger Twitch and Boozy Twitch. And all it is a link to his Twitter, because his Twitter has a link to his Twitch, and so the terms get searched as well. Xanadu Furry, nothing for all terms. The Pukno State, nothing for all terms. Boozy did confirm on his Twitter that Foxler Nightfire on that stream was not Foxler. It was most likely a troll utilizing his name to get a response from Boozy. Now, even though he has confirmed that that was just a troll, he has not retracted his statements about the group and his extreme tirade at any and all furries that he doesn't like politically. Even though, if he accepts that Foxler was not that individual on his stream, he also has to accept that it was most likely just a trolling raid to get that kind of response from him to his over 12.2 thousand followers. To get the response, to push the lie, to push the hate. I believe that they wanted this. That they wanted Boozy to make these kind of statements that are essentially false accusations with no evidence. Well, not just with no evidence, with evidence to the contrary. And it worked. The far-left furries pushed what they wanted from this narrative. They spun the lie. They utilized this for their hate. This false flag worked, and Boozy has not, and most likely will not, retract these statements. This is the unfortunate thing with furry right now. There is so much hate that it is easy for even a lawyer to fall into making what appear to be false accusations from trolls and an emotional response. Now, I only blame Boozy for his actions. His emotions are entirely understandable in this situation. What happened with him getting raided is pretty horrible. But it also happens frequently on Twitch. You can look it up. Trolls enjoy setting off gamers who have no real ability to respond in real time. And Boozy fell for it. I'd like to see him make a public statement retracting these horrible tweet chains that he made, slandering the furry raiders, and being utilized by far-left furries to slander other groups. False accusations from a popular furry to further spread hate and tribalism. That would show that he stands for justice. But who knows, though, if he actually does or not. End of the video. Please consider comment, like, share, subscribe, support, and buy merchandise. Then after considering, do it. Please do it.
Take care.
We're out.
That's a smart dude who's just into some weird shit.